Hello, a formal welcome to everyone. So, today we will start a second video lecture of the class 5 for the subject computer science. So, this is our chapter 2, which name is computer memory and storage. So, today in this chapter we will discuss about the storage, about the memory, and what are the types of storage here in the computer system. So let's go with it. So these are the points about which we will discuss. Our first is that binary system. So first of all, we will talk about the binary system, that how the data is stored and what is the form of the data which is stored in the computer system. So what is binary system? Then binary digit. Then what are the numbers, what are the digits which is known as the binary digits. Then after that we'll discuss about the computer memory and the various measurement of the memory which is actually in the computer system, that how many types of memory are there, or what are the measurements, and actually the length or the capacity of the memory which is used in the computer system, about which we will discuss. And the various types of memory, such as your primary memory and the secondary memory. So in the primary memory, what are the types of memory comes in the primary, and same as the secondary memory, that what are the memories which under in the secondary memory. So we'll discuss these things. Okay, yes. So let's discuss about our first point, that is the binary system. So what is binary system? That memory is the most essential part of a computer system. We all know and we are very familiar with this word, that without the memory there would be no computers. Such as, if we don't have a mind, we don't have actually the brain which stores the thing, which actually give us the data to produce, or which is used to store the some essential thing in our mind. So if there's no brain in the body, so the body is nothing, like it is only the useless structure, right? Because of, if we don't have any data, any the facts, we can't do the things, we can't perform the things, we can't understand these words. So in the similar manner, if the computer system doesn't have the memory, so it is just useless, and it is just a box, it is nothing else, right? So as we know it today, that it is used for storing both instructions to be executed and data. That in the previous chapter you have learned all the generation, I think. So in that we have actually discussed that what are the generation, and they in the ancient period, the computer system actually the instructions are stored in another area, and the data, which is the actual data, that is stored in the another area of the computer system. But nowadays the instruction to perform that data, to to actually for the calculation which the instruction is used is stored in the memory, and the actual data on which those instructions to be performed, that is also stored in the same, right? So when we give input to the computer, it goes into the memory of the system, because of it store the intermediate data. That's why it can perform some task and just give the output to us. So the computer stores data based on the concept of on and off. We all knows that the computer system understand only the binary language, so that is expressed as the 0 and the 1. So this system, the concept of storing the data in the computer system in the form of 0 and 1. So this system is known as the binary system. And in the similar manner, let's discuss about the binary system, binary digits. So in the mathematics or the digital electronics also, that a binary number is a number expressed in the base 2, that is a numerals, or the system or binary numeral system which uses only two symbols. That the binary digits which uses only two symbols, that is 0 and 1, and it has the positional notation with the radix of 2, that this each digit is referred to as a bit in this in this binary system, right? Okay, so now we will discuss, so what is first of all, to explain the the measurement of the memory, we need to understand that what is the memory. Such as that when you measure the liquid, you measure the liquid in liters, right, in milliliters, right? If you have a water, the water is stored in which in which unit? So the water is stored in the in the measurement of liter, milliliter, right? So in similar manners, the data and the instructions which is stored in the computer system is actually in the unit of the KB, MB, GB. So now we will discuss about the smallest units to the higher units of measurement of the memory. So have a look. That units of the computer memory measurements, that the smallest unit of the memory measurements is 1 bit, right? So 1 bit is equals to binary digit. So we have already discussed that what is binary digits. So 1 bit just equal to a binary digit. Then again just come to the next higher one, that 8 bits, if I talk about the 8 bits is equal to 1 byte, okay? And the similar manner, that 1024 byte is equals to the 1 KB, that is we also say that kilobyte. And the next one, that 1024 KB is just equals to 1 MB, that is megabyte. And 1024 MB is equals to 1 GB, that gigabyte. And 1024 GB is equals to 1 TB, that is terabyte, okay? So these are the the measurements of the memory, right? So after that we will discuss about the types of one more thing that I want to tell you, that there is also a unit, that if you talk about the 4 bits, like if you take 8 bits, so that 8 bits is equals to 1 byte, but if you take the 4 bits, that half of 1 byte, so the half of 1 byte is just equal to a nibble, 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 okay? So the 4 bits of the memory is equal to 1 nibble of the memory. Nibble is also the measurement unit of the memory. So let's come to the next slide. Yes, a computer memory are the physical devices that is used to store the programs or the data for use in the computer system. So memory devices utilize integrated circuits and are used by the operating system, the softwares and the hardware, because of suppose you are playing a game, okay? So your game is reside in any area in the computer system, so that area which which actually stored your game is known as the memory, okay? So let's talk about the types of memory. So here is a chart, that is a memory management chart. So in the memory management chart, as you can see, that I just want to show you that there are 2 types of memory, right? Primary and the secondary. And in the primary memory there are also 2 types of memory, that is RAM and a ROM. And when we talk about the RAM, we will discuss later in this class, in this tutorial. So when we explain this RAM, So the RAM is also categorized into two forms, that is DRAM or SRAM, right? So if I talk about the ROM, which is the second type of memory, which is a primary memory. So ROM is also divided into three categories, that is PROM, EROM and EEROM. So I will tell you the complete details, the complete full form and the description for all later. So let's come to the secondary memory. In the secondary memory, there are two types of memory, that is magnetic or optical. Okay, and in the magnetic memory, if I talk about, so there is a floppy disk, means the type of the magnetic memory. And if I talk about the optical memory, so there are two types of optical memory, that is CD, DVD, which you are using very frequently to store your data permanently, right? So I will discuss these things, that what is the primary memory, what is the secondary memory. So the primary memory is stores data instructions currently used by the computer system. Means a primary memory stores the intermediate data, means for a time, like when you are using the computer system, when you are manipulating the data, or whenever you are working on any task, or you are doing any task. So whatever the task you are doing, or whatever the instruction you are giving to the computer system, and the computer system performing those tasks, so the task is stored in the primary memory, because of the task is in the intermediate form. So in the simple language, if I explain this thing, the data which is in processing, I repeat, the data which is in processing is reside in the primary memory. Because of the data is not processed, it is in the process, so it is a intermediate data, because of the result is not generated yet. So the data is intermediate, so it is reside in the primary memory. So intermediate data is reside in the primary memory. So there are some features of the primary memory, that is, it is accessed directly by the processor, because of the intermediate data is stored. So that's why the processor needs to process the data. So that's why the raw data is stored in the primary memory. It is the fastest memory available. Each word is stored as well as, or it is volatile. This is very important feature of the primary memory, means that when you switch off the computer system, so the data will be lost, right? And when you open your computer system again, so there will be no data, whatever you have written. Suppose you have opened a document, okay, and you haven't saved it. So when you switch off the computer system without saving the documents, so the document has will be lost, and whenever you restart the computer system, you will not get the same data. So this is all about the primary memory. So I have already told you that there are two types of primary memory, RAM and ROM. So let's discuss about the RAM. So it is also known as the main memory of a computer, that it stores temporarily copy of the information and files located on the computer's hard drive that are required by the processor. So whatever the processor needs to be processed, so that data is stored in the RAM, or because of the data is stored temporarily. So when you off the computer system, so the data will be lost. So I have already told you that RAM is also volatile, because of it is a primary memory, so it is volatile. And the full form is RAM as random access memory. Its name says that random access memory, access कर सकते हो आप बहुत frequently processor के through. इस memory में जो भी data होता है वो access हो जाता है. That's why we say like random access memory, right? Next one, the ROM. ROM stands for the read-only memory. So as the name suggests, that read-only memory, so the processor can only read the data, the instruction which is stored in it. Okay, So the new data cannot be written into RAM, but in the ROM, but in the RAM you can write the data again and again. But in ROM there is only the instruction which is used to switch on the computer system. कंप्यूटर सिस्टम जब आप ऑन करते हो तो उस कंप्यूटर सिस्टम को ऑन करने के टाइम पे जो आपका ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम लोड होता है, लाइक जो आपकी विंडोज़ अगर आप बात करो यूज़ कर रहे होते हो, तो जो विंडोज़ आपकी ऑन होती है तो उस विंडोज़ को ऑन करने के लिए जो भी इंस्ट्रक्शंस यूज़ होते हैं दैट इज़ स्टोर्ड इन दी रोम. सो और आपको कोई भी लाइक आपकी प्रोसेसिंग का कोई भी डेटा रोम में स्टोर्ड नहीं होता है. ओके, सो there are different types of ROM. So the PROM, PROM, EPROM and EEPROM. So what is PROM? The full form of PROM is programmable read only memory, means that once the information is recorded in the PROM cannot be erased. एक बार जो instructions लिख दिए गए PROM में by the company, जहाँ जैसे जिस भी कंपनी का, if I talk about the laptop is the company of HCL, तो जब HCL ने उस लैपटॉप को वो किया होगा, डेवलप किया होगा, and they assembled that laptop, so they have written the instructions in the PROM, so that cannot be erased anyway. Okay, so this is about the PROM. Next one is our EPROM. That is, I need to tick the thing that we have completed the PROM and come to the EPROM. So for what is next? EPROM. The full form of EPROM is erasable programmable read only memory. So as the name suggests, that we can erase it stored information by exposing it to the ultraviolet light. Means when if we want to erase the instruction which is stored in the EPROM, so we need to expose it to the ultraviolet light. So by that way we can erase the information which is stored in it. Okay, our third type of ROM is EEPROM. Means the full form of EEPROM is electrically erasable programmable read only memory. I repeat again because of the name is too long. So I repeat, electrically erasable programmable read only memory. So in it the information that is recorded on this can be erased by electrical signal. EPROM में आप अल्ट्रावायलेट के थ्रू एक्सपोज करोगे उस अपनी मेमोरी को, सो द डेटा कैन इरेज. और EPROM में यू कैन इरेज द डेटा बाय इलेक्ट्रिकल signal. Okay, now come to the secondary memory. So it is a permanent memory. It provides the backup storage for instructions and data such as your DVD, hard disk, CD-ROM, pen drive. So these are the common kinds of secondary memory. So secondary memory, there are some features of secondary memory, that it is non-volatile, like it store the data permanently. जैसे आप अपने मोबाइल फ़ोन में मेमोरी कार्ड यूज़ करते हो, राइट, SD कार्ड जिसे आप बोलते हो. सो दैट इज़ अ परमानेंट मेमोरी. आप उसमें पिक्चर्स सारी चीज़ें स्टोर करके रखते हो. आपका फ़ोन स्विच ऑफ भी हो जाता है व्हेन यू स्विच ऑन द योर मोबाइल फ़ोन, तो आपकी वो पिक्चर्स जो होती हैं वो कहीं इरेज नहीं हुई होती, राइट. सो दैट इज़ वाई इट इज़ सेकेंडरी मेमोरी. और इट इज़ हाई इन स्ट्रेंथ, मीन्स हाई इन कैपेसिटी, बहुत ज़्यादा रेंज की आपको मिल जाएगी. एंड इट इज़ लार्ज. आई नो दैट इट इज़ चीपर एज कम्पेयर टू द प्राइमरी मेमोरी. जो आपकी प्राइमरी मेमोरी होती है वो कॉस्टली होती है, बट जो आपकी सेकेंडरी मेमोरी होती है वो चीपर होती है देन योर प्राइमरी मेमोरी, बिकॉज ऑफ कुछ चीज़ें होती हैं दैट यू कैन द प्रोसेसर कैन नॉट फेच द डेटा फ्रॉम द सेकेंडरी मेमोरी, बट फ्रॉम द प्राइमरी मेमोरी द प्रोसेसर कैन फेच द डेटा. सो दीज आर सम points on which they are different in the size and as well as the price also. So let's talk about the various type of secondary memory. So there is a hard disk, your compact disk, there is a DVD, that is digital versatile disk, and the pen drive. So these are the types of your secondary memory. We'll discuss one by one. That first one is our hard disk. hard disk is placed, uh, I am just discussing this. Hard disk is placed inside the CPU. Data in the hard disk remains there until you delete it. जब तक आप खुद नहीं delete करोगे, it cannot be deleted. Okay. So, and its rotation speed is measured in the unit of revolution per minute. That the rotation speed of the hard disk, जो data reading की speed है, so that is measured in the unit of revolutions per minute, that is RPM. Okay. Second one is that the compact disc, or the CD is the most commonly used storage devices. आपने यूज़ भी बहुत की होंगी, लाइक जिसमें one CD can store 600 to 750 MB data in the form of text, image, sound, video clips, right? And a typical disk is of 13 centimeter diameter. Okay. तो CD जैसे आपने देखा होगा, लाइक अभी लाइक आपके पेरेंट्स को पता होगा, सो अब से अभी भी मिलती है, बट अब से लाइक 5 to 10 years यू नो व्हाट प्रीवियस आप पहले जाओगे, so the movies were stored in this kind of devices. अभी तो आप पेन ड्राइव में लेकर आ जाते हो या मेमोरी कार्ड में लेकर आ जाते हो, but at that time the CD were in fashion to you know what stores the data to and purchase and sales. So CD में ही क्या होता था, movies store होती थी, and that is you know what that were in selling actually. Okay. So this is all about the CD. Next one is DVD. DVD means that is a digital versatile disc. Now you know the full form of it. So this disc, and it's very similar to the CD. Okay, the working of the CD and DVD is the same. Okay, but it can store much more data than CD. आपको मैंने CD में बताया there can be 600 to 750 MB data stored, but in the DVD you can store the data, means the data varies from 2 GB to 17 GB, means it can store the high capacity data, and it is an optical disc storage devices. So this is the you know what basic difference in size between of CD and DVD. So let's come to the most advanced type of secondary memory, or what we are using nowadays very frequently, that is a pen drive. So a pen drive is like a pen, and like pen device, that it is very small and can be carried to anywhere inside your pocket, that you are also very familiar, and now all the people have this you know this kind of memory. So we can connect it to our computer through a USB port on the computer. So it can store a large amount of data, means it can store the large amount of data in terms of DVD and CD. like अब DVD और CD में भी जितना data store नहीं कर सकते, उससे ज़्यादा data आप pen drive में store कर सकते हो, और ये various capacities में आती भी है, right? So such as your 1 GB, 2 GB, 4 GB, 8 GB and 128 GB or even more, like, and it is also known as the flash drive, right? So this is all about the types of secondary memory. So in today lecture, what we have discussed about the binary system, the form of the data which is stored in the computer system, the binary digits, the memory measurement units, the what is the memory, computer memory, types of memory, primary, secondary, then what are the memory which comes in the primary, and what are the memory which comes in secondary, right? So I hope this is a complete thing to you to understand. Okay, so thank you very much to